Hello, I'm David Kerr and you're watching Shalom World News. Here's your latest news headlines from around the globe. Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI has made an unexpected journey to Germany to be at the bedside of his ailing older brother. The Holy Father arrived in the Bavarian city of Regensburg on June the 18th to make what has been described as a bedside visit to the 96-year-old Monsignor Georg Ratzinger. A spokesperson for the local diocese told media that this may be the last time the two brothers see each other in this world. They also requested prayers for both men. The journey to Germany is the first time Pope Benedict has left Italy since abdicating the papacy 7 years ago. He was accompanied during his travels by his personal secretary, Archbishop Georg Ratzinger, a doctor, a nurse, and the deputy commander of the Vatican's Gendarmerie Corps. No date has yet been set for the Holy Father's return to the Vatican. The mother of the soon-to-be-beatified Italian teenager, Carlo Acutis, says her son's life can help many, and especially the young, to find faith in Jesus Christ. Antonia Salzano told Vatican News this week that her son's interior life was based primarily upon his love for the Eucharist. She recalled how he would call the Eucharist his highway to heaven. She also recalled how her computer genius son never wasted time online, but instead used his talents to create a database of Eucharistic miracles from across the world. Carlo Acutis will be beatified in the Italian city of Assisi on October the 10th. Suggesting that children need a mum and a dad could soon become illegal in Italy. That's the warning being issued by the country's episcopal conference, made in response to the Italian government's proposals to criminalize so-called homo transphobic crimes. The bill is currently being examined by the Justice Commission of Italy's Chamber of Deputies. The Italian bishops say such a law isn't required and, if passed, runs the risk of limiting personal freedom, educational choices, ways of thinking, and exercise of criticism and dissent. Meanwhile, the Hungarian government say their recently enacted family policies are already having a positive impact following news that both the marriage rate and the birth rate of the Central European country are on the up. The claim was made on Twitter by Hungary's Minister of State for Family, Youth and International Affairs, Katalin Novak. She announced that births in Hungary are up 5.5% on last year. She also announced that the country's marriage rate is up 50% on last year. In a bid to reverse 40 years of population decline, the Hungarian government last year introduced a range of measures, including exempting women with 4 or more children from paying income tax for the rest of their lives. In the year 2019, the membership of the Knights of Columbus donated more than $187 million to charity and volunteered more than 77 million hours of service. That's just some of the impressive statistics revealed by the organisation's Supreme Knight during this week's virtual meeting of its state deputies. Carl Anderson also revealed that over 2,000 men joined the Knights of Columbus during their first ever online event, which took place in April. The Knights of Columbus were founded by Father Michael McGivney in 1882 in New Haven, Connecticut, upon the principles of charity, unity and fraternity. Today, the organisation has 2 million members around the world and continues to bring financial aid and assistance to members and their families, as well as to the sick, the disabled and the needy. Carl Anderson described becoming a member of the Knights as, quote, a commitment of the heart and the will, because he said, it's a commitment to be a brother. A leading Nigerian bishop has called upon the United Kingdom and the rest of the international community to help stem the growing tide of anti-Christian persecution in the African country. Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of Sokoto Diocese made his comments during an interview with the pontifical charity Aid to the Church in Need on June the 15th. Bishop Kuka said the government in Nigeria was overwhelmed by the problem of anti-Christian violence and that the situation is getting worse, not better. The mainly Muslim north of the country has proven to be a particular hotspot of persecution due to the violent activities of Islamist groups such as Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen. Hence, Bishop Kuka now wants the UK, Nigeria's former colonial power, and other nations to come to the aid of the country's Christians. Finally, to the city of Prague in the Czech Republic, where a 16th century statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which was torn down by an angry mob more than a century ago, has now been restored to its former glory and its former location too. The new statue is a perfect replica of the original Baroque statue, which stood on a 50-foot sandstone column in the middle of the city's old town square. It was erected in 1652 when Prague was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire under the Habsburg royal dynasty. The statue was a thank you to Our Lady for saving the city from the onslaught of Swedish troops during the 30-Year War. With the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire following the First World War, though, symbols of Habsburg rule became a target for those supportive of the newly independent Czechoslovakian state. And so in November 1918, the statue was torn down. Now, however, a 30-year campaign to have it restored has come to fruition, and a new statue by sculptor Peter Vanna was unveiled this week amid applause, cheers, prayers and hymns. Ave Maria. Well, that's all for now. Do join me next time in Shalom World News for more headlines from around the globe. Until then, may God bless you. Shalom.